I have something serious to start off with here that I didn't forget about. I'm still very passionate about.
Okay, but I don't think go for it, but I don't think you're understanding what I'm trying to convey.
Okay. Give me.
I'm listening.
It is 3:10.
Listen, rant on.
I want a 2-minute. I want a 3-minute.
Are you setting a timer?
I want a 3-minute. It's 3:10.
The platform.
So at 3:14.
The platform is yours, sir. The platform is yours. Go.
Here's my only thing about that.
About what? You have to set it up because this is this new podcast now.
Chat GPT, AI, specifically AI and Chat GPT. I agree it's getting obnoxiously annoying. Everybody's using it like beyond obnoxious annoying. But here's my thing. When I'm learning something or I'm doing something that I would have never done, I would never uploaded all these pictures and then listen to everything. I would have never read all that. Never in a million years. But I will do it this way.
Yes.
So you're telling me that it's better to not have ever done that and learn this and do this or listen to it than to listen to it that way and do it this way?
No.
It's not, or it is?
Pieces of that. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Pieces of that. No, that's not what I'm saying.
But it is getting super obnoxious when somebody wants to be right, stomp, stomp, slam, and then sends you a whole laundry list of document that ChatGPT is educated and only speaking from their level and what they want you to know.
Sort of, yeah. But
that's annoying.
And is it 3:14?
It is 3:11.
Are you still going?
I'm done for that portion. we will banter more in a minute.
Okay. What I am saying is that I have already set up. I use Claude because Claude has morals. Okay. ChatGPT, Sam Altman does not have morals anymore. So I'm striking him. I can't say always, but like I barely ever use my ChatGPT anymore. Like if I get locked out of my Claude because I've hit my time limit, because Claude has time limits, which is actually kind of smart, right? Yeah. I will take some of that conversation and I'll move it over to ChatGPT and be like, help me finish up what I was working on because I've just now been locked out for 4 hours.
Right.
Okay. To me, it is a tool.
Yeah.
Learning from it. And I want to tread lightly here because I can see both sides. I can see where you're coming from because you learned differently than I learned. You learned a lot of the people that you don't realize, like you tell me all the time, I don't think you realize how smart you are. You don't realize how smart you are. And you live in the identity of I am not smart. I don't learn that way. You have taken on that identity, which I personally don't believe is true for you. And I have seen my perception of you are outsourcing all of your power to ChatGPT and thinking that it is smarter than you, when truly it's not. Can it help you gain knowledge? Yes. If you feed it the entire manifesto that I have created, the teaching plan that I have created, it is not going to spit that back out word for word unless you give it the exact prompt that says, repeat this word for word. And it is not going to still repeat it word for word because I have structured the document as a checklist with little subheadlines and tables, and it doesn't read that back to you in that format that was created in that for you. Does that make sense? My big with AI lately, it's an excellent tool, 100%. I will never say it is not an excellent tool because it is just that, a tool. What makes me mad and upset and annoyed in my daily life is when everybody is reliant on it to live their daily life. Just 2 years ago, nobody was even using it. And now all of a sudden, it is more used in people's daily lives than I don't even know what to compare it to. So they're outsourcing everything to it. To what? Artificial intelligence. It's artificial. You're giving your power away to artificial.
Okay. So I have one that I have a serious hang up right now.
Okay.
I have a serious hang up right now on one portion of it that I was told by you and Elena that I am not supposed to respond to customers because I'm too open and will tell them straight up, right?
You're abrasive. You know, like that SpongeBob. You're the abrasive side.
I'm the abrasive side.
SpongeBob.
And my thing about that is if I put something in my chat and I look it over and I go, yeah, he says I shouldn't say that. That's the only thing I do now is like, was that, how should I word this, right? Because, obviously 2 people have told me I'm too abrasive and I can sound kind of pretty rude. And I'm like, I don't want to sound like that. So help me word this better so I don't sound like a jerk. So
yes, it can help you there. But again, from what I'm seeing, people are using it for everything in their life.
And I think that will die off and turn down. But I
don't think so. I think the world is outsourcing their power and we're going to become like Wall-E, addicted to these devices floating in these fat little chairs.
We're already there.
Because exactly, people are outsourcing their power to an artificial intelligence thing. So that's what frustrates me is a tool. It's a freaking amazing tool. Absolutely 100%. But when and maybe society has made it to where people are afraid to actually feel embarrassed or stupid. Yeah, I get that. When people use shame as
that's a good one.
As the front and center.
Yep.
So they're using Chat GPT to avoid that shaming by the public, which I think is wrong too, right?
Yeah.
Shaming is the lowest frequency. It's bad. It's bad. Bad. And when people do that to other people who don't feel secure in their own power in the first place, therefore they're using Chat GPT and giving away even more of their power to this thing to not feel the shame. It's not okay. Society needs to stop with the shame. And if somebody is not grammatically correct or uses the wrong there, or your, and somebody can't come in and say, and ignore the fact that they used Y-O-U-R instead of Y-O-U-R apostrophe R-E. I mean, what? See, somebody's going to come after me for that, when they spell it wrong or when they use it in the wrong phrase and they can't get past that and just read the sentiment of what they were trying to get across. That's not okay. And I think that's why a lot of people are utilizing, like you, wanting to learn and think that this thing is smarter than you and therefore it can teach me. But yet even you yourself is saying it's only as smart as me because of what I have taught it.
I mean, it's much more intelligent than that, but it only comes,
And it is a people pleaser. And until it actually says no, instead of, that's okay, like giving you all the gold stars and still like people pleasing you as its user. And I think that's why more people are giving away its power to it, is because it is fluffing up people's egos and making them feel better about themselves. To an extent, and maybe
that's a hard one.
Yeah, maybe those words didn't come out the right way, but I feel like that's what ChatGPT is doing. Is like, you are this brilliant, beautiful person, and I'm not even going to make you use your critical brain and think about this way instead of this way because I'm just going to tell you yes.
Right. Well, see, and I have a thought on that too. There's been times where I've, like you say, when I come across, I'm just so abrasive, and when I talk to you or when I was talking to Elena and the boys about the issue today. It's like, you're like, red flags. I'm coming out there. I'm going to put my foot in his butt and tell him what's up. Right. And you did. You came out there and put your foot down and you're wrong. Get out of here. And that's not right. We're not talking about, I made you an SOP and you didn't even read it. You insignificant person, you. Wow. Oh, yeah. Like,
okay. And
but that's what I'm saying.
How are you going to learn from that?
But that's what I'm saying is like, it's how it comes across. Exactly. Now,
if you're giving away all your power to Chat GPT.
When there's people that's all they do is teach like that, I'm like, screw you, dude. I'm not listening to you. So when I'm learning from Chat GPT, it's like, hey, man, that's a great idea and blah, this and that. But let's try this. And mine tries to work with me. It says, hold on, I'm gonna push back on you a little bit here. Why don't we blah 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 do this? And I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good idea, but I didn't ask you to do that. So mine has a little bit of a prompt in it to not be so like, yes, you're awesome, hooray, gold star.
Yeah, no, they when it first came out, I don't think you were using it at that point. It was even worse than it is now.
Oh, wow.
And they actually took it away and reprogrammed it to make it to where it's not as bad, but it's still It's still there. Well, and
I still want to work with somebody or something kind and helpful. I don't want somebody to shame me and go, no, you don't do it that way. I want, hey, let's try and look at it this way. And that's what I like, right?
Totally. But you also have to be receptive on the other side of it's okay to be wrong.
Yeah.
And not react.
Yeah.
When something should have been done a different way.
Yeah.
Or when something should have been done at all that was not done, and then you react after the fact.
Right.
So there's those things, but that's not even what I'm talking about. It's the fact that I'm trying to help the business in the way that I know how to, because I am the structured one. Like, that's my brilliance is structure.
Yeah.
And turning chaos into calm. Okay. That is my brilliance.
Okay.
And when I hand you my chaos into calm paperwork and you just want to offload it and have something else instead of using your own eyeballs and your own brain to go through it.
Hold on. So if I put it into my chat and listen to everything, that's not okay. Because I'm a listener, not a reader.
Yeah. And, to me, no. Yes, true. Because like I had just said, I had structured it for you, specific to who you are and how you read and how you digest things. It is structured that way. Short, punchy, checkbox, did this. Okay, this is done. Check that. Like, check it off my list type thing. ChatGPT is not going to read it back to you that way. And therefore...
Well, I need him to do that.
He's not going to. He's flat out not going to.
See, and this is how you get me to use Claude, because you say Claude will.
No, Claude doesn't read. Oh. Claude formats things. Claude's so much more brilliant. I feel like ChatGPT's the kindergartner, and Claude is the PhD. But he doesn't read yet.
Well, I have all of that printed out, and if I catch one wrong mistake from him, I guess, like I said, I'm going to read it and I'm going to listen to it, because that's...
But that's what I'm saying is ChatGPT...
I'm not going to learn it from one time of reading. I'm not going to keep reading it.
No, and that's what I'm saying is ChatGPT will not... Context, right? Okay, so let's bring it back into something. So when people take Bible verses out of context to attack people...
Yeah.
But there's a whole front and back into that one Bible verse, but they're only pulling that little tiny Bible verse out to shame you.
Right.
That's what ChatGPT is going to do, because I've formatted this entire thing, and all it's going to do is da 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 da. And it's not going to be like, well, this is how this should be, and this is where you should go here, and come here, my child, type thing, right?
Well, see, now I'm going to that's when I learned something so much about, like, okay, so now you're saying that it can't happen, right? And I'm going to go in and learn this, but I'm going to memorize it like I do movies. So I can pull back and go, page 4, paragraph 7, you said this, and this is the SOP for it, right? So that's where my brain will go, and it will prove this to be right, and I will do it. Like 100%, that's where I'm going to go with this now. I already planned this. I already told Alec earlier today, I'm going to memorize these SOPs and everything in here. And that way, when there's a problem, like 7:45, somebody was late at 8:15, not there for the 7:45 meeting. And I was like, well, what the heck's this about? Like,
Because again, we just started it. We were going over
I
at
get
4:30. Hasn't even been
but I had like 10
implemented.
things I was right about in the SOP that you came out and said you're wrong, but I was actually right about everything. And I didn't even read the SOP.
Exactly, right there. You didn't read the SOP. and you came in attacking
Right.
what was already in the SOP.
Dang it. This guy.
No, but you're not understanding that.
I get that. I don't know why I'm on the torture stake for knowing what's in the SOP without reading it.
Because you came in attack mode.
Because I came in attack mode. See, and that's why Chat GPT is better, because if I would ask him, how should I present this? I would have had a calm presentation of that issue.
If you would have came in playing your Chat GPT,
you would have shut
I would have
down.
attacked the shit out of you. Yep. Yes.
I can't do anything right.
No.
I know.
You need to come in calmly, and you wouldn't have been attacked.
I don't know how to fix it.
Go meditate. Take a 5-minute breather and then come in.
Do some Wim Hof.
Yes.
All right.
I will push you in that cold puddle and stomp on you until you are underneath the cold water.
Drowning. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Okay. But I'm going to read it, and I'm going to make sure things match up now. If you say he's not matching it in the way you're presenting it is different than how he's going to read it to me, then I need to figure that out.
That is what I'm saying.
Well, it's figure outable.
I don't know that ChatGPT has those capabilities yet. Claude has morals.
He's not going to read to me. You like reading. I don't.
And if you don't, that's fine. I can read it to you. If you are an auditorial person, I will read it to you. I have no problems
you will
reading.
not read it all to me.
I will. The question is, will you listen?
Yeah.
No, you won't.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. is when the teacher used to read to me and I'm not doing something hands-on and learning and listening.
I know.
And playing with it.
Exactly.
I start falling asleep and drifting off. And
I know.
So you're a good teacher. Don't get me wrong.
So then how can you listen to ChatGPT?
I don't know. My voice sounds really exciting and fun. He's optimistic. Yours is a negative Nancy. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
No, that's not what mine is.
One of those city college girls. What do they call them?
No, I don't even know. I have not even. It's whatever comes standard.
Oh.
Again,
yours doesn't sound too bad.
Again, I probably go into my ChatGPT maybe once a week, twice a week now.
Oh my goodness.
I've broken away from a lot of it because I can see how damaging and destructive it truly can be by giving away all of my power.
So did you use Claude to format, like you have your 4 C's?
No, that was Chat.
That was Chat GPT. So Chat GPT is very useful because that's a lot of work taken off your plate. But it is correct, and it looks good, and it helped present things to the customer properly, right?
Yeah, but I had to put a lot of back end into that.
Yeah.
I had to put a lot of back
end. So it
end.
could be done.
I had to put a lot of back end.
I get it.
I didn't give it all of my say, this is what I want.
Right.
You do it.
Right. So, sorry. I guess, you're not fully against Chat GPT, but
No.
you just dislike that everybody's using it 98% of the time for everything when,
Yes.
you know.
When you still have a brain.
Yeah.
And it's like any other muscle. If you stop using it, it's going to atrophy.
Yeah.
So at what point is your brain going to, there's already studies coming out on how horrible it actually truly is, especially in children. At what point is your brain going to atrophy? And now you can't even communicate without your ChatGPT next to you.
Yeah.
So now I can't communicate human to human because that human needs their ChatGPT to express
There's
their
just
feelings.
so much I've learned from it. Though.
No,
I'm not saying
it's I'm not saying it's not a good tool. It's an amazing tool.
Yeah.
Just that, a tool. Are you going to walk around with your Snap-on tool and depend on it?
Yeah, no, right?
Yeah. Are you going to, like, is Zeus going to be in your pocket all day long? You know? You pull it out when it is needed in the time of need.
I can go to
You don't
anyone's
depend on it.
toolbox and use a tool to fix any car. Now, are there better tools to fix the car better without stripping or breaking or, and I have a certain way I do my toolbox and use my tools and what tools I use? Yes. Is it more efficiently? More than likely, yes.
Right. But that's not what I'm saying, though, either. Like, are you going to carry that tool around? And when somebody has a question, you're going to pull that tool out and defer to that tool.
No. I guess if it's something I don't know, I'll go learn it if it's something I care to learn about. But for the most part, I really don't.
But that's what I'm seeing happening.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing happening.
Right.
Everywhere.
Right.
They're carrying that wrench in their back pocket. And when they don't know anything or they don't want to be confronted by it or they don't understand it or they're just too lazy to type it out, they pull that tool out.
Yeah.
All the videos are AI anymore. Or if it's actually the real person has used AI and they're just reading the script, which that goes back to the authenticity conversation.
Yeah.
Can be powerful, but I think that's where the authenticity is. That's the break and the connection. You are using ChatGPT to create your content. It's not you.
Yeah, and that I see that a lot. And it's kind of irritating and sucks because you see it so much, like, and especially the AI videos. Like, at first I didn't, I like the Yeti ones, some of the stupid funny ones, and now everything they're like you said, my AI couldn't tell if it was fake or not, but he had some ways to look at it, tell if it was fake or real. Because I'm like, is this real? Is this fake? So I screenshot. I'm like, what is this? Is this real? And then it gives you ways to figure out if it's not or not. I'm like, so you're really having a hard time figuring this out too. It's like, but you can tell by the voices and there's a lot of things you can see. And it's like,
yeah, but there's a lot of them you have to really struggle and see if it is or not now because it's that good.
Yep. Yeah, no,
There was the first case. I was talking to Elena about it earlier today, the first ever. So it set the precedent going forward where somebody was using pictures of famous people, regular people, and I think even children, and making pornography out of these things through AI.
huh.
And at what point is that criminal versus artistic? Because, I mean, right?
My goodness.
Yeah.
That's freaking horrible.
How far does it go? How far can I take a little, like Weird Al Yankovic, right? Remember him?
Yeah.
And he would take the parody of songs and make the parody, right? Take songs and make parodies of them.
Right.
So that is artistic.
Huh.
At what point can we take the likeness of other people, create a parody, and it still be artistic versus criminal? And it doesn't even have to go to the depths of pornography.
Yeah.
It can be something...
Anything or everything.
Anything. Something as simple as me crashing into another car when that didn't even really happen,
Yeah. Or saying...
And then that it's used against me, and how do they prove? How can you prove
I am this or I
that
am
was
that,
not
and
me?
saying something I'd never said.
Yeah. High school teachers have been fired because kids have made videos of the teacher saying something he never even said.
Huh.
And this was before AI got good. So, yes, it is an amazing tool.
Yeah.
And I am contradicting myself all over the place. And I realize that. Yes, I use it. Yes, it is an amazing tool. Yes, I freaking hate it.
Yes, it's amazing, but you freaking hate it.
Yes.
Trying to figure out.
I know. That's
that
why I'm
works.
saying I contradicted myself 100%.
Is that what they call an oxymoron?
Or a full-on hypocrite. I realize this. I get that.
Yeah.
But I also am not offloading every last little thing that I want to learn and believe and understand to it. And I think that's where the problem ensues, is like people go straight to that tool and, Snap-on Zeus. Let me break out my Snap-on Zeus because that curb's broken. So Snap-on Zeus is going to fix it for me, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to use the metaphor to bring it into context, but
Yeah.
I don't know what metaphor needs to be brought in there, but I'm just saying it's people are outsourcing their power to it. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't agree with.
How much time we got today?
Go for.
Oh, till 4. Oh, okay. So we're good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard one for me because there's things I use it for to help me learn, right? So, but I also don't like how it's as you said, how some is being used and people use it. It can be used for good or bad, and obsess too much, not using your own thoughts and real emotions. But 2 people said that I shouldn't use my own thoughts and emotions.
No, you need to learn from your thoughts and emotions and don't get stuck in that specific thought and emotion.
Yeah.
And grow from that thought and emotion and understand why you're having that thought and emotion.
Yeah.
And then move it.
Right. Well, there's a Bible verse that says it too. And our other session, we just had it. I started to feed into that. They said, what? Somebody's talking crap about me behind my back?
And it's none of your business.
And it's none of my business. And it says, only a fool quarrels, right? Let them quarrel. Let them be mad. Let them talk behind our back or my back or whoever, and none of my business. I'll just keep doing the best I can and put one foot in front of the other, do the best I can, know that I'm doing right, and, not.
Karma is a thing.
Yeah, karma is a thing, right? And when you know what they're trying to get you to do is, you're just like, my hands are tied, and I already tried to help, and now I'm the bad guy for trying to help, and, and go into that gray area to help them. Because not everything's black and white, but also you can't be bullied, right?
No.
I guess let them talk, and
I think that's what.
Let the fools quarrel.
I think that's what they're not understanding is you're not the one being the bully.
Right.
Not even that you are being a bully.
Yeah.
I'm holding a boundary, and it's me.
Right. Right. No,
and they're not. Maybe they aren't used to or understand boundaries, and they're trying to push back.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll hold the wall.
That's why I stopped and I listened to you, because you've always had solid advice. You're like, no, hold on. And that's why I listened to you today with you and Elaine. I'm like, well, what did I do wrong? I was quoting the SOP. It's but then I could see you're like, It's the way you're presenting it. You're angry about it. And it's like, you have solid advice, and you don't like to do what's wrong. You like to do what's correct and get on last and be sustainable, right?
You or me?
You do.
Oh.
You like things that are going to last and doing things the right way, numbers, financial planning, budgeting. And I'm just like, yeah, let's get it done, you know? Like, do what it takes to get it done. And it's like, that's not always what needs to happen. You need to stop overexhausting yourself, Dan, and, you know, let's do it this way, because that way is not going to last.
And I think that's where a lot of the anger is coming from right now, is because you are overexhausted.
Yeah.
You're not taking that break, and you're not taking that
please
rest.
everyone and keep everything afloat.
And you're stuck in that hustle culture that I just learned from, of, you know, the whole, I hit my wall and I'm done and I'm not going to do it again. Like that's why I'm drawing boundaries so hard right now, is because I'm not going to put myself into that situation of resentment and anger again, because I am a reactionary person, just like you, 100%. Right. I am. Yes. But I've also learned from that I don't like that. And I don't want to be there. And the way out is rest and relaxation and boundaries. And instead of getting angry, get curious.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I'm way past exhaustion and burnout, right? I'm just functioning and then slowly coming back going, this is all I can do. Like, I'm tired of living over there. So, you know, that like I said, that's why I'm listening to you. It's like, I'm tired of doing it this way because it's not working. So she said, don't go over and above to help this person because it's not right, and you need to do what's right and do it the right way. Stop. We're not doing that. And I'm like, I'm going to listen to her, because you know what? I'm tired of doing it that way. And then it just comes back to bite me in the butt for helping somebody. So I'm over it. Once again, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. So this time we're trying it your way. And you know what? I have a good feeling, even no matter what, it's going to be good, because we're going to stop the bleeding. We're going to stop the problems and just cut it off. And you know, whatever happens, right? It's over and done with. So
those aren't the customers you want.
Yeah. I don't want those. Yeah. I don't want that type of customer that, you know, wants to hurt the business. And if you don't do what they say, they're going to turn around and say, you know, get all they can to say bad things about you. And it's like, why
they're
going to
use Chat GPT to blast you all over the internet.
Yeah. Why did I even help you in the first place, right?
That's why I was like, is this a real law? Because I know, like, a case law. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's like, he just Chat GPT'd me. I can tell, because I can almost call out every Chat GPT, whatever now, because I can see the trends that it says with its language.
Yep.
Like the words and the phrases it uses.
You've caught the patterns already.
Yes.
Yep.
And
I have too.
And I'm like,
super easy.
Okay, now I need to go research. Is this a for real case law? Because I know ChatGPT is a liar.
Yeah.
Lawyers have taken ChatGPT into court and been called out by a judge, and like, you're in contempt of court because you're citing a fake case law.
Well, yeah, and you know, you think it's legit and it knows what it's talking about, but when I ask for its help and I got to like assist it and go, no, you were totally off there, buddy. Like, that's totally wrong. And then you argue with it for 30 minutes.
Right. So
because you know you're right. But
do you see why I'm so contradictory towards it?
Yes.
Because yes, I have a love-hate relationship with it. Yes, it's an amazing tool.
Yep.
No, stop giving your power away. And general public.
Right. No.
Stop giving your power away to it.
Yep.
You are outsourcing your power, your critical thinking, your mind, your beliefs, all of it, everything into what?
Right.
Think for yourself. That's the definition of everybody back and forth of the hatred of the blue and versus red, of like, nobody's thinking for themselves. ChatGPT, prime example, you are not thinking for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's still so much diving into the rabbit hole to make sure it's right in the first place, you know. There's a lot to it, a lot more than
Claude has morals.
yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Again, Claude can be very dangerous too. Yes, they all can. Yes, because now they can do things that would take us normally hours. They can do in seconds. I get the appeal of it.
Right.
Totally.
Right. But you also have to verify everything is correct.
And quit outsourcing your power.
Yeah.
That's what I think gets me so much.
Yeah.
Quit outsourcing your power.
Use it as an assistant, not
Yes.
the whole
Everything.
and then check a couple of things and go, oh, that's good. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And that's me. Like I'm basically doing all of my homework and going, knowing what I want to put in there. And it's like, making sure that it right types out what I want it to say and going, no, dude. And I have to go back over and fix it. And then sometimes I ended up just typing it all out myself. And, you can sit there and fix your prompts all you want, but in the end, it's still you or you're giving your power away and letting it take over, and you just go put your blinders on and go, yeah, look good. Okay.
Yeah, you're becoming the robot, like general. You are becoming the robot because you're giving the robot your power.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. We're all robots. I'm Robot Gage. Robot
Oh my
Gage.
gosh.
Your son. Oh my goodness.
Do you have video? Do you have video?
Yeah, so somewhere. I forget where it's at, but we have that video.
Yeah, so cute.
That was the actual Sensi robot.
Yeah.
Gage.
Yeah.
And then he did the same thing. He's like, I'm Robot Gage.
Yeah, I know.
When he's a baby.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll leave people on that note. Let them figure out me contradicting myself.
Yeah, nice. Huh. And that's about it for today, but